Hi, friends. Thanks for downloading the Money Girl podcast. I'm Laura Adams, the author of Money Girl's Smart Moves to Grow Rich. Jeremy asks, I have balances on 3 credit cards that each charge over 25%. I want to get a loan with a lower interest rate to pay off the cards, but my bank turned me down because of my credit. Is it possible to find a loan that would help me save money even with a low credit score? If you had the wind knocked out of your credit scores due to financial problems or because you're struggling to build credit for the first time, it can be difficult to get a loan. However, you might be surprised that you have more options than you think. I'll give you 5 ways to find a good loan even with bad credit. Having no credit or poor credit is a major stumbling block to getting a loan because you're viewed as a high-risk customer who might default and leave the lender holding a bag of worms. It's just a fact that until you raise your credit score, you won't fit the standard lending guidelines that traditional big banks have to follow. If you've been turned down for a loan or don't want to get stuck paying high subprime interest rates, here are 5 alternatives to consider. Option number 1, use a home equity line of credit. The housing bubble left many homeowners owing more than their home is worth. But if you have equity in your property, you could get a low-interest, tax-deductible line of credit to spend any way you like. Of course, tapping your home equity puts your property in jeopardy if you can't repay the debt. But if you have reliable income and are disciplined about paying down an equity line, it's an inexpensive option, regardless of your credit score. Option number 2, apply to credit unions. Credit unions are similar to banks, but are owned by their members who typically have something in common, like working in the same industry or living in the same geographic area. Credit unions are nonprofit organizations that pass along profits to members in the form of lower fees and higher customer service. You can visit findacreditunion.com to locate a credit union near you and give them a call to discuss getting a personal loan. Compare loans from several institutions so you know you're getting the lowest interest rate possible before you sign the final paperwork. Option number 3, get a peer-to-peer loan. Before I tell you more, I want to thank GoToMeeting by Citrix for sponsoring the show. They have an incredible new technology that you probably heard about. It's called GoToMeeting with HD Faces. It's high-definition group video conferencing, so you can collaborate with anyone around the world face-to-face. The video quality is the highest resolution in the industry. If you have an internet connection and a webcam, that's all you need. I want you to try GoToMeeting with HD Faces because it will change the way you work. Money Girl listeners can try it completely free for 30 days. Visit GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free button, and use promo code podcast. Again, that's GoToMeeting.com and enter promo code podcast. Peer-to-peer lending has been around since 2005. It's an online platform that allows you to borrow directly from an individual instead of from an institution. Peer-to-peer lending is growing in popularity because it's a streamlined process that's a win-win for borrowers who pay low interest rates and investors who earn high interest rates. Right now, you can borrow for as little as 6.5% and earn an average return of 10.5%. That's pretty impressive. Just visit the Money Girl page at quickanddirtytips.com, where I'll post links to the best peer-to-peer lenders. Look for show number 259, called 5 Ways to Get a Loan with Bad Credit. Here's how it works. Borrowers post a loan listing that includes the amount they want and why they want it. Investors review loan listings and choose the ones that meet their criteria. Peer-to-peer lending services screen all applicants and check your credit, which becomes part of your loan listing. So while your credit score is still a factor, an individual investor may be more empathetic to your situation than a traditional bank. Option number 4, take a loan from family or friends. If an online peer won't lend to you, perhaps you have family or friends who will. Treat a loan from someone you know just like a serious business transaction that's clearly documented and legally recorded. To avoid complications later on, create a written agreement that includes the interest rate, payment terms, any collateral you put up for the loan, and what happens if you fail to repay the debt. If you're borrowing money to buy a home, the loan must be properly secured in order to take advantage of the mortgage interest deduction. To properly register and manage a home loan with a relative, use a service like nationalfamilymortgage.com. The bottom line is that a family loan must benefit everyone involved and should really be a last resort. You don't want to risk letting a close relationship go sour over a bad debt or a misunderstanding about money. Option number 5, appeal to a cosigner. If you don't have a friend or family member who's willing to give you a loan, perhaps one with good credit would be willing to cosign a loan with you. Someone who knows your situation and trusts your ability to repay the debt would probably be willing to take a chance on you. Just remember that if you don't repay the debt, the creditor will look to your cosigner for full payment. Additionally, all the payment history will be recorded on both of your credit reports, which could be devastating for your cosigner if you don't hold up your end of the bargain and you make late payments or default. If none of these 5 lending options works for you, do your best to raise your credit score so you can qualify for a traditional loan. A good place to start is to check your credit report for free at annualcreditreport.com and correct any errors that might be hurting your credit scores. You can improve poor credit by paying bills on time and not overextending yourself on loans and credit cards. Learn more about how to check and correct your credit report in my Credit Score Survival Kit. It's a free resource I created for you with 3 smart strategies to build excellent credit scores that you can be proud of. Plus, I tell you how to get your credit score absolutely free. Download the Credit Score Survival Kit for a limited time when you visit smartmovestogrowrich.com. For more money tips, be sure to sign up for the Money Girl newsletter, join the Money Girl Facebook page, and follow on Twitter, where my username is @LauraAdams, LauraAdams with no space. Just visit the Money Girl page at quickanddirtytips.com if you forget my contact information or want links to anything I mentioned in the podcast. And remember to try GoToMeeting with HD Faces. It will change the way you work. Get it completely free for 30 days when you visit GoToMeeting.com, click the Try It Free button, and use promo code PODCAST. Again, that's GoToMeeting.com and enter promo code PODCAST. I'm glad you're listening. Cha-ching! That's all for now, courtesy of Money Girl, your guide to a richer life.